Hi, my name is MJ. This is a short tutorial to help you with evaluating sources for your commodity value chain assignment in Geography 2230. Let's jump right in. As you conduct your research, it is always important to consider the source of your information. There are a number of reasons for this. For example, you need to be aware of the bias so you can make choices about how to use the information you find. You need to judge whether or not the source is relevant to your purpose. In this case, we need to decide if the source will give us information about our commodity value chain or inform us about the environmental or social impacts of the commodity. As a researcher, you're also looking to gain a well-rounded view of the issue or topic so that you try to hear all the voices in the conversation. For this assignment, you should make sure you hear the company's voice, maybe the consumer's voice, the industry's voice, or, well, you get the idea. As you locate information, you may want to ask yourself some of the following questions. Who is the author or sponsor of the information? Are they knowledgeable about the issue? What's the author's intended purpose for producing the information? For example, are they trying to sell something, or are they just writing to inform the public? Maybe you want to know who the intended audience is of the information. This will help you determine why the information appears the way it does. Is the information current to the issue, or does it describe something from the past that is no longer relevant? Let's have a quick look at a few examples I found when I was researching De Beers diamonds. My first example is a recent report to society written by De Beers. What's great about company information is you can often get a lot of facts about the company's operation. In this case, just flipping through the first few pages of the PDF, I see lots of information, some maps about the operation, their stage, even a whole portion on the value chain itself, which is fantastic and very relevant to the assignment. However, the downside to using company information like this, it is pretty unlikely that the company will say anything very critical about itself. So some of the ethical concerns like conflict diamonds or worker safety may not be expressed or will be downplayed in a document like this. So we probably need to make sure we get some other information to get a full picture. My second example comes from a site called Diamond Facts. And this particular site has a lot of information on the benefits of diamond mining to the countries where the mines are. It also talks a lot about reducing the number of conflict diamonds in the value chain. And if you think about it, it comes from an org site, that's the URL. And so it seems to me that usually that's a good indication. That's a reliable source. However, if you dig a little deeper and you look at who's behind Diamond Facts, you can see that it's the World Diamond Council. So once again, we might be a little bit cautious here because it's unlikely that they're going to be truly impartial on the matter. A third example comes from a source called South Africa Magazine, which I found via Google News. This particular article has some insider information about challenges to the value chain, particularly around transporting rough stones in Botswana. So this definitely adds some depth to my understanding, but the interviewee is a lobbyist for the diamond mining industry, including De Beers, and so again, we might not be getting the full story with this article. My fourth example comes from Business Insider. It looks promising based on the title, but let's have a closer look just to be sure. As I scan the article, I can see a lot about the value chain, which is great because it relates to this assignment. And actually, it's one of the first articles that I found that has some critical or even outright negative things to say about the company. So I feel like I'm beginning to get a sense of the other side, not just the company's view. And I'm rounding out my view of the whole De Beers Diamonds company. My last example is a Canadian NGO that watches all kinds of mining activity in Canada. In particular, this website has 2 pages of news stories that are critical of De Beers in particular, and mostly in the area of impact on the environment and in potential damage to some of the communities where the mines are located. Now, this source is clearly biased. However, it gives me a bit of a non-company perspective, and since I know it's biased, I feel like I'm starting to get a more balanced view of the industry and some of the challenges that De Beers faces. As you can see, considering the source is an important part of research. I found a variety of sources focused on De Beers. Now I need to take a step back and see if there are any gaps. Depending on the gaps I identify, I may need to take some time to do more searching. This brings us to the end of the tutorial. Thanks for watching. If you need more help with evaluating your sources, drop by the library or visit us online. We're here to help.